I am Nick Armenta. I am the North Texas sales engineer out here in beautiful Texas outdoors. And a nice fall day, you may see leaves falling, you may hear cars driving by, birds chirping, chickens crowing, and dogs barking. So MRC, Moxa Remote Connect. What is it physically? This is all we are talking about. It is this box connected via LAN, Wi-Fi, or cellular to the internet, accessible via just a code logging in online or USB key, powered by 24 volts, DIN rail mountable, but it is durable even to wide temperature ranges, below freezing all the way to the 70 C. And why am I doing it outdoors? So like I said, live is dangerous, but outdoors are good because that shows you I'm not physically connected to anything. So I've got my microphone obviously connected to the camera, but really that's it. That's all I'm connected to here. And that's how I'm gonna be connecting today, is via Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi, you say that's not secure. Literally anyone can log in on Wi-Fi if you know the password credentials or you're an expert hacker or some kind of access. And while that can be true, it's not necessarily true in this situation because we have what we call redundancy. So redundancy in software, not people. People can fail, but very, very long cryptographic keys are a little bit harder to fail because you can't convince them to give you your password and your mom's maiden name. So without further ado, I bring back the Moxa Remote Connect interface. So the nice thing about Moxa is they understand not all of us are cloud Linux developers. So what they've done is they've created a nice secure path that you can basically buddy onto to do your connection if needed. So you don't have to know all those securities. You can basically say, Moxa, set me up an account. They can take care of that. And then you're able to connect just as you would if you had the highest paid security expert on your team. So step one, we import that activation file like I spoke about earlier. Step two, we put in our account and credentials. So I'm going to sign in and show you how to communicate to a few different devices. So you see I have connected on Thursday, October 12th. I'm going to my device pool, and then you can see our little team here and some virtual IP addresses. So if I look here, I can connect to it, pop open that, and you can see all my devices. So here we have the ability to move things, we can read things, we can connect to things, all remotely. So click one button, and I am tunneling in. Green means go. So with all these devices, I now have connections to all of these virtual IP addresses. So we have our webcam first. So I'm gonna jump out of this interface and go straight into Chrome. So now I'm connecting to a webcam on the network, same network as the MRC. So the MRC is not just for connecting and retrieving data, although that is the cheapest way to do it. You can actually get information via webcams. I'm gonna show you our little setup here in our building. So of course I can teleoperate the webcam because we're in the future now, and that's a thing. And I'm gonna look up, see our little movement there. And there we go. So we can see some of our equipment. So it looks like on the right we have our SDS 3008, but all this mounted on a standard DIN rail panel. You could put this into a panel in your facility remotely, say at an oil well, or like I said, even on a robot. This is all DC powered, so it's all mobile friendly. So these stepper motors actually have Ethernet on board, which means I can connect to them just like I would any other Ethernet device as long as they're on my network. Pretty cool stuff. I do like that. So now let's go up to my motor. So I just connected to the motor. So now I could say, do you have any errors going on? PRER? No errors. What's your position? PRP. So let's go back to our Chrome web browser. So I'm gonna slew at, let's say, how many steps per FD1000? Let's go 50,000 steps. Slew. Look at that, the motor's moving. This could literally be anywhere in the world with an internet connection. That's the beauty of being connected to a network. You can talk to anything, anywhere. Make sure you do it securely. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop the motor right now so you know I wasn't lying to you. Boom. That motor has stopped. So real-time control, very, very cool. So say you had some kind of network traffic issue on your network and you needed to know, okay, what is sending all this data? What's hung up? Do I have communications? As long as this is connected to that switch, you can absolutely monitor and see what's going on inside of your network. So that's the beauty of it. We're not talking about just motors, just robots, just network devices, anything with an internet connection. I think I've said that 7 or 9, 20 times now, you can connect to with the MRC.